Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 105.
105. We're in our third year.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
Always changing inventory. You never know what kind of Disney goodness you're going to find there.
And we still have some prizes from them for future weeks. So I'm very excited. We always enjoy giving things away.
And not to mention the NASCAR Reed Sorensen sponsorship right through Daytona. A couple more weeks.
And PixieVacations.com. We highly recommend them for your Disney vacation, whether it's Disneyland, Disney World, Alani, or Adventures by Disney.
And we had a great time. We actually got to hang out with Steve Griswold last week, so that was very fun, too. He was a nice guy, so we enjoyed that.
And we're about to talk about that, too, at Car Masters Weekend.
That's right, Car Masters Weekend. Just have to say we're a little bit late because we were at Fort Wilderness for the past week, and we'll have full coverage of that next week.
I know. It was a whole full week. It was incredible.
It was incredible. So here is Finn McMissile and some of the Pixar cars.
And this is actually, like 2 years we didn't get to go to Car Masters Weekend because we usually go to DC, but because of my foot, we did not this year. So
right.
This was really fun to get to do it again.
And here is the family truckster that we talked about before. Always a huge favorite with the passersby.
Well, we have seen it around property before, and it was very exciting to get to see it again. And we actually had never met Steve Griswold yet, and he is part owner of Pixie Vacations.
Right, so it was nice to chat. Look, there you are chatting with him off in the corner. Hard at work, I see.
I know I didn't take as many pictures. It was actually a very rainy weekend, so I mean, I did get my pictures, but not of all the cars around.
I love the detail of the leash, and if you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie and you'll get this reference. So.
I haven't seen it in a very long time, so we probably should see it again.
Oh, yeah. Well, seeing the car makes you want to go and watch the movie.
It does. And look, there is the weather, which happened all weekend.
But because of a tip from our friend Kevin Yee, we were able to avoid the weather and duck into Disney Quest.
I don't know if I had even thought of that. So
it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It
Oh, here we go. These are some...
the filmmakers from Planes, Fire, and Rescue. We have seen the movie. I can't write a review of it yet.
But we liked it.
We liked it.
It was better than the first Planes.
It was absolutely better. So
some Chip
nice.
Foose-inspired vehicles here. You can see it rained already. This was the magic of editing.
And then it rained again. It was like 3 rains in a day.
Well, again, Kevin said because we have the annual passes that include going to Disney Quest, the lines for the restroom were horrendous. But if you go to Disney Quest...
Not in Disney Quest.
No lines.
Right.
No lines. But, I mean, all around Car Masters weekends. Here's another display. They had Disney Infinity, which we have actually, believe it or not, we've actually tried it. We've played it before.
Once or twice.
Yes, here's Thor here. But it was very popular. I mean, they had quite the line of people wanting to try out some of the new games. I see the Hulk on the screen there.
But the biggest lines were for not as much the topiaries, a little bit the topiaries, but the Mater and the Lightning McQueen and the Finn McMissile had a line even in the rain.
Yeah, no, it's they are very, very popular no matter where.
Still,
years later.
after all these years, they are.
And of course, we love the topiary. We are topiary type people. We can never get enough.
And these were from the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. They've been there the last, is it 3 years now?
Yes.
And so they brought them over, and then there's Tomater himself.
What I like about this is right after the rain, so they have a whole crew of people drying them off. Like, I need a crew. When there was nobody to dry me off after we got rained upon. Or your scooter. Your scooter was soaked. We should have had that.
It was not soaked.
It was pretty wet at one point. Yes. I was that
There's
person.
Finn McMissile.
That's right. I love it. Every year we get to see these. Well, actually, we haven't seen them in a few years because we were away. But... look, you could see the ominous skies. It was about to rain again.
It just rained, and it's still... So we vamoosed after that.
But it worked out great. This was day 2, but Steve Griswold and the Family Truckster actually won the Pixar Choice Award.
That has to be, like, the best award. I'm sure, like, Jay Ward was one of the ones who got to choose that.
I like this, though. It looks like they come running back at the last second.
It's
Whoops,
the wrong
we gave you the
award.
wrong trophy. Here you go. So that was funny. That cracks me up. Anyway, it was a great time. Car Master Weekend, always fun. And hopefully we can go next year.
I hope so, too. And
go ahead.
We're at Epcot.
Yes.
So here is Soccer Goofy, who has been there since the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. They've added some signage. And he's more like World Cup Goofy now.
World Cup, right.
And Donald. We have to mention Donald back here, too.
Of course. I mean, again, with the whole topiary theme, this was a big hit because it was the first time you could actually go in and get your picture taken with a topiary, like she's doing here. You know, you pretend to guard the goal. And that little fence in front, though, was added shortly after the festival started.
Right. We were able to go up to Goofy and
pretend to kick the ball.
Yes.
But I bet you too many people did kick the ball. That's why they had to put the fence.
And here is the Odyssey Restaurant, which is being used for World Cup viewing for the entire month.
And we'll see that again soon. Here we're just looking at some of the Disney soccer. They actually had an area in the grass where kids can play soccer and see if they can score a goal on the Disney cast members.
It's funny, like I played soccer when I was a kid, but Pele, you know,
remember
Pele?
I saw Pele in person.
And after Pele, you know, stopped playing, it seemed like soccer wasn't very popular anymore. And then you had David in America.
Right,
we'll say in America. And then David Beckham came, I think, to the LA Galaxy or something, and then it seemed to be a little more popular.
I remember major indoor soccer. It was indoor. It's sort of like arena football, but arena soccer with a smaller field. It was actually pretty cool.
And there is all kinds of merchandise, and I really like the logo for the World Cup. You know, the World Cup,
right?
With the Mickey kicking Spaceship Earth.
And you could see that was very early. It was actually the very first day of the World Cup, so there was nothing on the brackets there. But this is great to be able to be inside the nicely air-conditioned Odyssey again. There was I remember growing up back in the 80s coming here, and it was famous for their chicken strips. And they had a little show. See the stage up there? Mm-hmm. They had a fun show with characters. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I ever saw it. I don't know if I went there to eat. Like, I went to the Tangaroa Terrace at the Polynesian a lot of times for both breakfast and dinner. I don't know what I did for lunch.
It was really nice, though, just to be back inside the Odyssey and able to enjoy.
I do love the Odyssey. So, and look at all those couches. You know, those go early.
I think they should make this a annual pass holder
I think that would be great.
Lounge with, the ability to relax there at all times. But I think they use it for special events, actually, so it's not available all the time.
Right?
Come to think of it, it was a little over a year ago where they had the annual pass holder RFID exchange for your passes, and they had an Imagineering exhibit in there,
and
which
was really
neat.
Nice.
They also had a limited menu of food and beverages, including a Safari Amber beer, which I had to try for research purposes.
So what did your research tell you?
It was cold and good.
Was it good?
Yes.
He seemed to like it.
And it was good for soccer watching.
Well, we did watch just a little bit. It was the beginning of the World Cup, but 1 hour before, 1 hour after each match is when they open the Odyssey.
And I like how they have the flags decorating the outside, too. It gives a little color.
I think they did a great job.
Very nice.
And now we are heading to Princess Fairytale Hall. We were not expecting to meet Anna and Elsa again anytime in the near future, but they are now separate.
Right. Well, the deal is they used to be meeting. It was Anna and Elsa together, and then a visiting princess. Often it was Aurora.
And they are in the same room. I keep getting asked, are they in the same room? They are, but you can't get your picture taken with Anna and with Elsa at the same time.
Correct. Now, this change just started last Sunday. On the same day that they extended the time that you could meet Anna and Elsa. It used to be, I think, until 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and now it's until a half hour before park close. Although we were at extra magic hours until what happened the other night when we were at the park till 3 a.m.
Well, even at 2 a.m., they had a line, I think it was 1:30 or 2, they had a line that was about 50 minutes long, which actually isn't too bad for them. Although during the day, they even had 70 minutes after this started.
Right, so this change does make the line go faster. That's what we were told by some Disney cast members. The reason they did it is, number one, to extend the availability and to make it go faster. But the only thing is, I think a lot of guests want their picture with the two of them.
But nobody was complaining. We actually went in twice during this time because we had Festival of Fantasy Parade, but then it was canceled and we got
because of rain. They offered us Anna and Elsa again, so we took it. One thing Anna here did tell me is it's customary to meet the princess before you meet the queen.
Which we did.
So that is you don't meet them together in real life. You see, you have to meet the princess first. And you can see down the other area is Queen Elsa.
And nobody in line was complaining, though. I mean, they took their turn with Anna and they took their turn with Elsa. There was nobody's saying, oh, can I get the picture together?
And one of the positives is it gives Elsa a chance to talk more, because when they used to greet together, it was usually Anna doing all the talking, because she does usually do all the talking.
Right, she does all the talking. And
you
like
can
in
identify
the film,
with that, I think, sometimes.
Well, I'm not the one who's doing all the talking, is what Jeff is saying. You know, I have to.
And see how Elsa is waving down there to Anna. I said, wave to Anna if she sees you, just to sort of demonstrate how they are separated. Anyway, it was an interesting change. We enjoyed going there, and it was quite the big news this week.
Right, and I thought it was fun getting to see them again. And here we are at the Nick Hotel. We're off Disney property.
Ninja Foot Soldier, very menacing.
Oh, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's Summer of Shell. This was a retro weekend. And we had some great times here as far as getting interviews with the retro cast. And
we loved it. Turtle power. Turtle power.
Now, neither of us are big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans. We were both in our 20s when the show came out.
Oh, there's April O'Neil, the first ever face character
over at Nickelodeon Hotel. Mm-hmm.
And then you have Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a tongue
we've been
twister.
singing the song still ever since this event last week.
This forced us to see what they were all about, and we like them. We love. Actually,
we already knew the song, because how do you not know the song?
Right. But it was so much fun to meet them. I guess maybe because we love meeting the characters anyway. Mm-hmm. But it was just so much fun. They were really good, great interacting, and April O'Neil was a lot of fun. She was good, really good. And after the meet and greet here, they have a pool party, but due to rain, they brought it inside.
Right, and only showed us about 5 minutes instead of, I think they said it was about 20 minutes normally. So we should get over there and check out the full party.
Absolutely. Probably the highlight for me, though, was meeting these guys. This is the original voice cast of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated series, and we had a chance to talk to them.
And that was also my favorite part of it. And Rob Paulson on the left also plays Toodles on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Right. A lot of these guys Barry Gordon, almost a 50-year career. He started out as a child actor, and of course we love him in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right. And we really had a great time talking to all of them.
So anyway, here we go. We're going to talk to the original voice cast of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated series.
Well, whatever. No, you need to be right in the middle of the camera here.
Here we go.
Can you all introduce yourself one by one into the camera?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
I'm Townsend Coleman, and I'm Michelangelo.
I'm Barry Gordon. I'm Donatello.
I'm Cam Clark.
Leonardo.
Hi, I'm Rob Paulson. I'm Raphael.
And you guys seem like you've all stayed friends through the years. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, there was a gap.
Not
For
for
about 20 some odd years.
decided we didn't want to see the rest of us.
But that's true. They were hanging out, but,
And I will share with you that Townie and I met before we met. We were contestants on a game show together. Super Password. We both lost horribly. I got a year's supply of pantyhose and a Mr. Coffee Maker.
$200 in a bedspread.
Sweet!
And also, anytime we talk to voice actors, they always are alone. But you said you were not alone. You all were together.
That's right.
How did that
Like
work?
a radio
Right, when you were
show.
we did like a radio show. We had chairs and we did music stands, and our scripts were there, and we just did it. And it was wonderful because we could
There was
overlap.
about 10 of us. I mean, there was...
As an ensemble piece, we had
Jen
the other,
Darling,
and the other
Roy
actors.
Paulson.
We had Pat Fraley, the brilliant Pat Fraley,
Oh, yeah.
the incredibly lovely.
You're Rob Paulson.
I am Rob Paulson, and who cares? But the incredibly lovely and very talented, sweetest guy, Peter Renaday,
yes.
who is Master Splinter, and
Splinter.
Pat Fraley, James Avery. God rest his soul, was Shredder. We had an incredibly great group of people.
Sometimes Jim Cummings.
Tress McNeil,
Yeah.
really world-class actors. And we just got paid to do it. Used to get us in trouble in 7th grade. It's really great.
And I'll just ask one more question because I know we're. All of you have had careers that have been at least 30 years. You're at 60 years, just about. Where did the Turtles stand in all those years?
You mean as far as our career?
Yeah, as far as your career.
Well, it's the longest running show I was ever on.
Me
at
too.
10 years. So, and probably the most iconic. I mean, that's huge. How do you beat that?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's right. It's definitely, to do something for 9 years, 10 years.
That's an eternity in show business.
That really
Yeah, right.
is.
Yeah,
So
if you
that was
get
amazing.
if you get a regular job for a couple of years, you're lucky, and to have something like that. But the truth is, we recorded for 8 or 9 years, but it's lasted
This long.
almost 30 years now. And to have that's a career for many actors. And the fact that we've been able to do other things, I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than Ninja Turtles.
You're Toodles, right?
I am. I'm a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Toodles. You see what I did there?
Nice.
It's the happiest place on earth, right up here.
Could we just hear just a little quick voice from each of you, and then
Sure. Raphael says, "Hey, Shredder, get back here and taste cold turtle steel."
Leonardo, the leader, says, "We gotta think of something fast."
And Donatello talks in many syllables, but when he doesn't, he says things like, "Hey guys, the turtle van is busted again."
And Michelangelo just says, "This is totally bodacious! Cowabunga!"
All right.
you
Well, thanks
very
everybody
much.
very, very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
That was great. I really enjoyed talking to these guys. Voice actors are always some of my favorite interviews.
well, it was definitely a highlight of my stay.
Mine too. And speaking of stay, we actually stayed in one of the suites. It was a
2-bedroom,
Right.
SpongeBob suite is what we stayed in.
correct, and this is a tour of the Turtle Suite. Now, there's only 10 Turtle Suites right now, only available upon request when you check in.
But you can't book them ahead of time, not yet.
Correct. But they say they're going to have more, so I think that's probably true. And look at this, pizza.
Right? They have a pizza restaurant downstairs, and they do pizza nights with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Plus, I think they do breakfast
Yes,
also
they
that
have a
includes
character
pizza.
breakfast, and it alternates. They also have a SpongeBob breakfast, which we did when we were there.
We've done the SpongeBob breakfast twice now.
Yeah. Now this is the kids' room. And I like how the green theme is going. Of course, the whole turtle thing. But the kids' room is the only room that is themed in the suite.
Right. You have the living room area and then the other bedroom. And they do have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites, but not every suite is themed. You have SpongeBob on some of them. I think Dora might be in some.
Right, and you're looking at the master bedroom, and this particular suite had a queen-size bed in it. And as you can see, it is fairly unthemed, although you do have the orange Nickelodeon colors.
Right. And it was pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not, a fancy room, but it was, for us, a very comfortable one.
Now, one thing we found out, speaking of turtles, is on August 9th, they're going to attempt a Guinness Book of World record, most people dressed as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's going to be at the Nick Hotel. So I think that sounds kind of interesting.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, there's the pool, which we unfortunately didn't get to swim in. It right after we took this, it rained the whole time.
I will say it can get loud down there, so definitely if you want to be away from it, ask for something around the hotel.
Now we're switching over. Another hotel we got to preview, the B Hotel.
Right, this is the B Resort. It is at Downtown Disney. This is where the Hotel Royal Plaza used to be, and they have completely renovated the entire resort. It looks nothing like what it used to look like.
Oh yeah, and those, now what do they call those?
Concierge.
Concierge, not a concierge, but a concierge.
Right, like you hit one button and all of a sudden you are seeing your
can,
flights.
Right, you can print out your boarding passes, and you can research amenities in town.
And this is what the rooms look like. There's different configurations also here. And
I like this. This is sort of like a hidden Mickey missing one ear.
That's what I thought. The first time I saw it, I thought it looked like a hidden Mickey.
But we maybe just have Mickey on the brain, too.
Always.
That's true.
And these are the bathrooms, again, completely redone. I really like the glass shower and the way the sinks are. And Aveda they're going to have a spa, and that's what the toiletries are.
Another great view up there. You can see fireworks depending on what side you're on. You could see maybe 2 or 3 fireworks depending on how many are going off at the various resorts.
And very often the smaller buildings around a pool are not always the nicest, but I actually really like how they did
You have
these.
a private cabana,
It is.
poolside.
I really like that.
And you can even order food to it on your outside
That's what they
cabana.
said, right?
Yeah.
Like food and drinks. And they're going to have a restaurant called American Q, which to me, it sounds like it's going to be a destination type restaurant.
Right.
Even if you're not staying there, you might want to eat here. It's a
barbecue at its finest. Oh boy, I got to tell you, this bacon, was it candied bacon?
It's like candied bacon.
Spectacular, best bacon I've ever had in my life.
I really enjoyed it.
If that's any indication of the food there, it will be tremendous.
Right, and American Q, they gave us a few samples, including I think this was like an oyster here that
all
you had.
All sorts of good stuff, and there was a deviled egg before.
And
so
we
anyway,
have the
yes,
champagne.
very fancy, very fancy. So we look forward to the grand opening coming soon at the
They are
the Bee Resort.
officially soft open right now. The pool area probably would be open at this point. It wasn't when we visited, so very, very nice resort.
Now, last week we also went to SeaWorld for their kickoff of summer for this summer, and they have a new show. It's called Generation Nature Live, featuring all the animals and the trainers.
And I thought the best part of this was when they brought out their animal ambassadors. It's about I think it was about a half-hour show, but the best parts were like when this pelican came out.
Oh, the pelican!
Really enjoyed
Love
that.
the pelican, and we learned something. How much water can go in the pelican's mouth?
3 gallons.
3 gallons.
I had no clue about that.
That's a lot of.
That's a lot of. I had no idea. So all of these.
This is your favorite.
It is
the
my
otter.
favorite, and all of these are
very cute.
rescue animals that a lot of times can't be put back in the wild. But the otter was definitely my favorite, and they have a rescued sloth now, a baby sloth that we haven't gotten to see
the sloth is not out yet. The sloth will be coming out soon, but he's still gonna recover a little bit.
So I
got to pet the
see
otter,
him.
but the otter's so soft.
He is. He was really soft, and there's a bald eagle.
Sam Eagle.
No, that was my joke. So he's not named Sam. I'm not sure what his name is.
Well, anyway, I loved the eagle. It's always nice to see these great animals out and about.
And we've seen him out before, and this is Alfred. That's
Alfred.
Alfred. This is the only name I actually know of all the animals that I remember.
Now, isn't there a story that goes along with Alfred?
Alfred was found, and it looks like he was imprinted by humans. They said he can't ever leave, captivity.
Well, I guess he's too friendly and nice and trusting,
Right.
and unfortunately that would be bad for him out in the wild.
And he can't fend for himself or anything because he was born probably into like a family.
Right, and here is a cockatoo.
Humans.
And this one actually, this cockatoo talks.
And I didn't hear it in person. I didn't hear him talk in person.
It was really cool. I love these birds. I used to take care of birds. Years ago, I worked at a law firm, and my job was to care for all the exotic pets.
And was it easy?
It was not easy. They bite. Oh. They do. They bite hard. Shamu Celebration. They debuted the new show that night.
And I enjoyed the fireworks and, seeing. I always enjoy seeing the animals at SeaWorld.
Right.
So,
and I like how the fireworks are part of the Shamu show now, so you don't have to go from this theater to the other theater and sit around and wait for the fireworks. You see them all from one spot. Although the best viewing is in the wet zone, which I will not be sitting in because I don't want the seawater to splash my camera, and I always have a camera.
My favorite part is still sort of the sea life gardens because we actually can interact
with the
animals. That is my favorite area right now of SeaWorld.
Now we're going to move all the way across the country to Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California.
And we sent a couple correspondents.
Yes,
to
great
Knott's.
Correspondents. They did a tremendous job.
They did. And this is Craig Schultz. He is the son
of Charles Schultz.
And they have the Camp Snoopy, and they made some changes to Camp Snoopy. I believe it's 30 years old now, but they added a couple attractions. I believe they took away a couple of attractions and just really freshened the area up.
This was a nice little introduction with the characters. This isn't something that happens all the time. It was just for the event, and it was great. I enjoyed he did a great job with that video. And
the big news was about Calico Mine Train.
Yes, this was the big dedication. The miner is setting off the mine there. Boom, boom.
And I have never ridden this. This attraction is like 50 years old now. And I cannot wait to get out there and see what Garner Holt has done with it.
Oh yeah, after seeing the video here, I mean, gosh, I was on this attraction back in the 90s. I have not, I've been to Knott's they have a Halloween event there.
Not
Scary Farm. But I haven't gone and done the rides and enjoyed it. And now that they have the Hillbillies, the former Billy Hill and the Hillbillies, now it's
Right.
Kirk Wall and the Hillbillies, I got to get back
Crazy
to knots.
Kirk.
Oh,
Isn't it
Crazy Kirk.
Kirk?
Crazy Kirk, yes.
We love the Hillbilly.
This makes
so-
me laugh, all these cameras and camera.
But probably December, I think. I'm hoping that we make it out there and spend a day at Knott's Berry Farm.
But we've heard from our correspondents and other people that they've really upped the game in the Calico Mine Train. I mean, look at the animatronics. It's spectacular.
Well, Garner Holt is so talented. So he made like 50, him and his team made like 50 animatronics plus another 50 or so, animals and such for the attraction.
I just love all the color. There's just so much to see. It just looks like an amazing attraction. And it's just hard to believe that something this amazing we've not seen together in all our trips to California.
I know.
Right down the street from Disneyland. Look at all the animatronics. It's like the
now
old days.
they're here. It's incredible. So again, we're really big fans of Garner Holt. He and his company. I mean, they've done the Little Mermaid ride at Disneyland.
one of your favorites of all, the Jack Skellington Haunted Mansion Holiday Makeover.
Right, I mean, and the Phantasmic Dragon out in California. So just so much talent there. And Knott's, I think this is the second time they've used his company.
Now, we are going to skip over the finale. We don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say it's an explosive finale to the Mine Train ride. It's wonderful, and again, I can't wait to get out there and actually experience it ourselves
Hopefully
this
again
year.
December, yes.
So that was it. That was the Mine Train. I think there's some familiar faces coming around the corner. People we may have recognized. More of our colleagues there.
Colby over there. So yeah, we recognize some faces here.
So that's another show. We want to thank Pixie Vacations, our good sponsor, and Steve Griswold, who we finally got to meet in person this week.
And he gave us a few little gifts also to give us prizes.
Yes, next week there'll be more giveaways.
I'm very excited about that. Definitely book Pixie Vacations for your Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise, Alani, Adventures by Disney. Anything Disney.
That's right. Also, we want to thank Theme Park Connection. They've been with us since the beginning, and always, like I said earlier, always something new and exciting to be found at their shop and their eBay. They also have an eBay store. So anyway, that's another show. Next week, we're going to have a big full show on Fort Wilderness.
We had many adventures there, even saw some baby armadillos.
Yes, so much fun. We always love Fort Wilderness, and I already miss it. Even though we just checked out yesterday, I miss it. So anyway, that's another show. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.